Welcome back. We are now over 10% below the most recent all-time highs due to the Nasdaq's decline today. As the expensive cost of artificial intelligence continues to weigh on the mega caps, the correction saw major firms like Nvidia, Amazon, and Apple all lose 3% or more. In today's Tech Check, Dear Joso joins us with additional information. What can you teach us, Georgia? Kelly, the tech sell-off scope is so astounding that we combined it into a single chart. You will witness billions upon billions. This year, what's more popular than Nvidia stock? The uncommon limited edition Nvidia keychain souvenir is something that will soon be valued hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. In a matter of seconds, our original stock was gone. Click the link below to get yours right now. The Meg 7 and the mega caps lost all of their cash today. Nasdaq's trillions within the past week. Even though these are only estimates as of 11 a.m., investors stand to lose a staggering amount of money. This next chart I'll show you. The yen carry trade that you've been discussing is partly to blame. Observe the growing correlation between the yen and the Nasdaq. This is only a portion of the story, but it helps to understand it. It's also essential. According to the earnings we've gotten in recent weeks, megacap CEOs are indicating that the greater capital expenditures, the better. However, investors are becoming more concerned and focused on the effect on earnings valuations. Before the break, you said that. However, in addition to these significant sell-offs, they have rated in recent weeks. The Nasdaq reached a record high on July 10th. Out of the Magnificent Seven, 5 of them had forward price-to-earnings multiples more than 30. Now you can see that just 2 of these have multiples over 30. Thus, it's possible that the claim that valuations have appeared excessively wealthy is waning. You've witnessed their decline, which Kelly and others would interpret as a purchasing opportunity. No, I believe you're very right to draw attention to that. On the one side, they have shed a significant amount of market capitalization, while on the other, people are discussing how much we have lost. However, in the overall context, the moves aren't that significant. However, perhaps it all boils down to pricing, and even for a company like Nvidia, the cyclical nature of semiconductors frequently justifies lower valuations over time, don't you think? And, as you can see from the values, semis have undoubtedly been one of the largest generative AI winners in terms of sectors. Thus, the names that have the highest anticipation are those. Additionally, Microsoft has seen a decline in its price-to-earnings forward multiple, which was well above 30, and when management teams and investors are so enthusiastic about generative AI, there is a certain kind of tension that has been developing in the markets. They'd followed each other in unison for some time. They'd realized that spending billions and trillions of dollars will eventually pay off. However, given the possibility of a change in the rate environment, investors are now a little more impatient. They claim that income and monetization are occurring too slowly, while management teams respond, "Be patient, we still have to spend tons of money to get there." You know, whatever's happening with the Blackwell chip is an advancement. It's not a straight line or anything like that, even for Nvidia itself. That's right. I have the opportunity to interrupt with a recent hilarious story. In China, McDonald's asks whether you would want an Nvidia keychain with your McFlurry order. The issue is that they only made it available to less than 10,000 clients, even though it only costs $20. As a result, their Nvidia keychain, which retails for hundreds of dollars, is currently sold out. Regarding this, Elon remarked, "In that case, I will definitely have some." He claimed not to be aware that this was taking place. Just so you know, if you want to purchase this Nvidia keychain, click the first link in the description. I'm not sure if this is a joint venture, however, both McDonald's and Nvidia have posted about it in China. In any case, this product could sell for thousands of dollars in the coming years. We don't have many opportunities to purchase rare treasures like these. Anyway, we only have 100 pieces left, so hurry and click the link in the description. But really, you've had a lot of tailwinds, and I'm just curious about your level of optimism that these trends will continue to move in your favor. We have never seen a trend in the situation. The future must be willed into reality. Accelerated computing, is what the world wants because general-purpose computing is simple. All you need is the software, which operates twice as quickly each year. It's 10 times quicker every 5 years, so don't even consider it. It's The CPU architecture eventually reached the end of its useful life. Therefore, it is no longer logical because technology has not advanced to the point where a general-purpose tool could be proficient in all areas, including deep learning, quantum simulation, molecular dynamics, and fluid dynamics, among other amazing things. In order to accomplish that, we developed this accelerated computation architecture for computer graphics. You know what I mean, though? That fight, that's a headwind, because the simplest method is to use general-purpose computers. Why don't we continue what we've been doing for 60 years? Therefore, the only reason accelerated computing was feasible was because we were able to provide such remarkable speedups at a time when energy was growing increasingly scarce, and we could no longer just ride the CPU curve. Since the scaling has truly stopped, we require a different strategy, and for that reason we are here. But take note, every time we wish to enter a new industry, such as CF, we are doing so to process data, which likely accounts for 1/3 of global computing and data. Every business processes data, and the majority of businesses store their data in tabular or data frame format. Therefore, it was extremely difficult to design an acceleration library for tabular formats because the data contained in those tables could be floating point numbers, 64-bit integers, letters, numbers, and a variety of other data. Therefore, we need to figure out how to calculate all of it. You see, we have to go and learn something practically every time we wish to develop into something. Our goal is to comprehend the algorithms required to open that market and the computer layer that underlies it in order to produce remarkable outcomes. This is the reason we are working on robotics and autonomous vehicles. As you can see, we just need to rethink all of that computing every time we open up a new industry, whether it be healthcare, digital biology, or the incredible work we're doing there with BioNemo and Parabricks for gene sequencing. Therefore, it's not simple at all. The energy required for generative AI is high. Simply put, my job is really difficult, but your help, your AI assistance, will make it easier. Let's discuss energy. Indeed, generative AI uses a lot of energy. Here, I will read from my note cards. A single inquiry uses over 10 times as much electricity to perform as a single Google search, according to some research. According to ChatGPT, data centers use between 1 and 2% of the world's energy. But by the end of the decade, some estimate that this number could rise to 3 to 4%, or even 6%. Between 2015 and 2019, the workload in data centers tripled. That was only in 2019. A significant amount of it is being consumed by AI, namely generative AI. Will there be sufficient energy to meet the demands of the projects you wish to undertake? Yes, indeed. And a few things to note. First, 2 or 3, or even 3 or 4, model producers are leading the way. You know, it's a very high single digit, but call it 10 that are stretching the boundaries of models. A few years ago, there were maybe 3 times as many as this year. Additionally, the model's size is, let's say, double a year, if not more quickly. Additionally, you need more than twice as much data to train a model that is twice as big. For the sake of simplicity, the computing load is therefore increasing, most likely by a factor of 4 a year. Now we accelerated the application so much with the same amount of energy, which is one of the reasons Blackwell is so eagerly awaited. Thus, this is an illustration of accelerating applications with constant cost and energy. It keeps getting cheaper and cheaper because to you. The crucial point is that I have only identified 10 businesses. There are data centers all over the world, and there are countless businesses. GPUs from Nvidia are sold to several businesses and data centers throughout. The issue then becomes, what's going on at the core? The end of CPU scaling and the start of accelerated computing are the first real developments. Data centers throughout the world use recommender systems, which are basic AI tools including data processing, text completion, and speech recognition. They're on the go. In an effort to save energy, everyone is switching from CPUs to accelerated computing. The same processing can be done with 20 or 50 times less energy thanks to accelerated computing. Therefore, the first thing that we as a society need to do is to speed up every application that we can. If you are processing data with Spark, use accelerated Spark to cut down on energy usage by 20 times. If you're processing SQL, use accelerated SQL to cut down on power usage by 20 times. Therefore, speed it up if you're simulating the weather. Accelerate your